Hey guys, it's Ep54 and welcome back to episode 54 of my Leeds United career mode. Now in today's episode we're hopefully going to be getting through a few games, the first of which against West Brom, then we've got a game in the Champions League against Rubin Kazan, followed by another match, and that's going to be in the league against Norwich. So hopefully get through all three games here, but we'll wait and see exactly what happens as the episode unfolds. Before we get into things though, if we could go ahead and hit 35 likes on today's episode, I would really appreciate it, and if you haven't already, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well. I'd really appreciate that. And we are getting closer to our targets which we've set for this year. So like the first target's sort of 7,500, and then hopefully by the end of the year we're going to try and double that to 15,000. But we'll wait and see what happens. And if obviously you do choose to support the channel, then that will massively help. This is the side I'm going to go with for the game against West Brom. We've got Ep54 Farrell starting in goal, Patterson at right back, Anderson and Arvidsson at centre back, Taylor at left back with Delphin Bredcut in CDM, Barrow and Gray out wide with Diame in behind Berahino. And we've got a game against West Brom. We need to win it. We're not doing particularly well in the league. We're doing okay in cup competitions, but really not that great in league form. So need to try and improve that still. Need to try and get wins here and against Norwich as well, and obviously in that midweek game against Rubin Kazan. But let's start off by hopefully trying to get ourselves 3 points against West Brom, who are actually in the relegation zone. So we should really get a decent result here because they've only won one match so far this season. So we'll wait and see what happens, and hopefully, like I say, get 3 points. Diame onto Berahino. That's a great chance. Berahino should be onside here. The finish gets blocked. So disappointing. Got to do better. Sadly, somehow got caught up by the centre-back. Not too sure how that one's managed to happen. And it still remains 0-0. We could do with an early goal, though. Diame, this is good build-up play. Bredcut, and he finishes it off. That's fantastic build-up play. Didn't quite end up going in the back of the net where I expected, but it has anyway gone into the back of that. That is the main thing. I was aiming really for the opposite side of the goal, but we'll take it anyway. We're 1-0 up, 13 minutes in. Liam Bredcut with the goal on his left foot. Fantastic bit of build-up play. We'll quickly have a look at it from the replay. It's really good, intricate stuff. The stuff I try and play for as much of the game as possible, usually. But like I said, I was expecting that to go across the goalkeeper, but it still goes in, and that's the main thing, 1-0 up. Bredcut into Berahino, that's good. Bredcut still making the run. Finds Barrow, he's going to turn. Needs to try and get a shot away. It was always going to be difficult from a tight angle there. But again, just trying to get some sort of build-up play going on against West Brom. We've been the better team, quite clearly. They've not had a shot yet at all, so we are very much on top at the moment. Oh, great ball through. First chance, and it's a goal. It is their first shot. It's as simple as that. They've not got into our half barely in this first sort of opening 30 minutes, is it? So yeah, I can't believe that. Really can't believe that they've just gone up the pitch and literally just scored as easily as that. Really disappointing. It happens so often though in this game. It really does. They have no chances and then they score the first one that they have. Things just sometimes don't go your way, and it's been the case with that goal, I think. So it's now 1-1, 10 minutes before half time. That's it for the first half. Still during the game, 1-1, really disappointing. Been the better team by far. Can't express that enough, but yeah, it's still 1-1 somehow. Really, really disappointing the way they've conceded there. And they did start to creep back into this game after that goal, to be fair to them, but still completely undeserved the 1-1 scoreline at the moment. Delph again winning it back brilliantly. Onto Diame. Can they get it right this time? Go on, Berahino shoots. Oh, saved too easily by the goalkeeper, right at him. Okay, all three changed now. With about 20 minutes to go, we're going to bring on Moreno, Abraham and Aarons. We'll take off Diame, Berahino and Gray. And we've got to try and find a way to find a winner here. I can't believe the way this game has gone. So frustrating. It's happened so many times. And I think it does happen when you are down near the relegation zone. Not in the relegation zone, but certainly lingering around it in about 16th, I think. So yeah, I still can't get over the way we conceded that goal, and it was so long ago as well. But just to concede when you're in so much control is very, very frustrating. Abraham on to Aarons. I think this might be our final chance. We've got to do something from it. Aarons. Oh, the weakest shot is right at him as well. So frustrating. Delph to try and deliver something. Oh, again. So close, just teasing us. What the hell's going on here? Oh, I thought we were going to have a chance to win it back. No, everything's going against us here. It's unbelievable. Oh my god. Rubbish game, absolutely terrible. We looked like the best team on the planet for the first 30 minutes. And then after that, yeah, I can't even sum up the game. We've had so many of those matches where it's been that frustrating I just can't put it into words because it is just terrible. When you're winning the game and playing so well, and then they score from absolutely nothing. And then you go on to drop points. Getting to the point where it's not even becoming that enjoyable to play anymore. And I don't like it when it's at that point because it really just doesn't make it fun for either of us. So yeah, I mean, looking at the past results, the draw there, can't believe that should be an easy win. Should have won the game from the first 30 minutes. Lost to Arsenal 3-0, lost to Spurs, drew to Barcelona. The previous results have not been great in the league. Obviously beat Palace, drew to Man City, that was okay. Drew to West Ham, a lot of draws. Draws aren't getting us anywhere. But yeah, not great form in recent times in particular. And it's just causing us an absolute nightmare in the league at the moment. Okay, so because of the really disappointing performances from a few people, we're going to change around the team. We're going to not make loads of changes, but you've all suggested to bring in Stockdale for a game and see how he got on. So he's going to start in goal for this Champions League game against Ruben Kazan. Ayling right back. We've got Jason Denayer and Arvidsson as the two centre-backs. Taylor remains in the team as well. We've got Delphin Bridcut again in midfield. Aaron's on the left-hand side, Moreno on the right-hand side with Cook in behind Berahino. Although Berahino I'm very, very tempted to change as well. But we just don't have a striker that's performing well. Consistently anyway, certainly not one that's doing very well consistently. So I think he is my only option at the moment. We're going to look to try and change that at some point if it continues in the same way. But yeah, let's crack on with the game now. Hopefully get ourselves 3 points. We've got to bear in mind we have been very good in the Cup this season, or in the Champions League in particular, so hopefully that can continue here because we need to do well in something. But at this rate we are probably going to get very, very close to relegation. We're going to be in some sort of relegation battle in the league. So we need to do well in something, and we obviously to stay in the league, and that's not even a target really. I want to get in the top 10 at least. Okay, here we go, playing in the snow for this match. I'm hoping that we can win. We need to win this match. If we do win it, then I think that we will qualify top. Obviously depends on goal difference, I think, from Barcelona's game that they are playing, but hopefully we should progress in a decent position. Need to get the 3 points here though, just to make sure it's going to be top. There we go, Delph running forward, that's much better. Has to cut it back here to Berahino, and that gets cut out. Disappointing. Just didn't seem to have enough attacking options when we got the ball forward. The only option was to cut it back, and then it just really didn't turn into much of an attack. Aaron's getting forward on the break from their corner. Needs some more attacking options. Again, not many runners trying to get in behind, and that's how you score goals, really. Berahino going to have to hit this one. Oh, so close. Despite the range it's hit from, I've got to say, I think it should be on target, that one. Cook into Berahino, that's good. Berahino still going. Oh, the wrong type of shot. Won't fall for Lewis Cook. I just wanted to go across the goalkeeper. The shots just aren't seeming to go where I'm asking them to go at the moment. Aaron's. Berahino. Back onto Aaron's. Still needs another option in the box. Again, just there's nobody to pass to. There's absolutely no one. I'm going to have to take on the whole defence to score. Come on, Cook. Need to do something here. Lewis Cook onto Bridcut. Oh. Half time, 0-0. Very, very few chances of any quality. So, yeah, it's very disappointing, that first half. Against the Premier League team, we'll probably be 2-0 down at this point. We need to change formation. That's the only other thing we can do to try and affect this game now, because we don't have the right players. The players aren't playing well enough anyway. And it's got to be the formation. We've got to try and get some more players going forward. We're going to have to go to 2 strikers, I think. Because at the moment, nobody is running in behind or in any good positions. It's terrible. It really is poor. And it's frustrating to watch. So I'm going to have to change the formation. Okay, this is the formation I'm going to go with. It's a 4-1-2-1-2 formation, the narrow formation of that. We're just going to have to go with it now, see what happens. It doesn't give us any width, sadly, but we're just going to try and play through the middle a little bit. We've obviously got our fullbacks to help us out wide if we can try and use them, but we'll wait and see what happens. I'm really struggling for options, to be honest, with this team at the moment, because there's so few players that are actually doing well for us, and when they are, 5 minutes later they're doing rubbish again, so it's very frustrating, and we can hopefully try this out now. Gone straight through, should score it, a better team scores it. Could be 3-0 down at this point, really could. It's just their finishing's been terrible, basically. That's kept us in the game, and when that's happening, you know it's not going very well for you. Berahino into Aaron's. Go on, yes, that's more like it. Little bit fluky, wasn't quite meant to put it where it went in the end with Aaron's, but we'll take the goal anyway. We'll take it whilst we can. 55 minutes in, 1-0 up. Much better interchange, but like I say, we won back the ball here, which is great, but so this pass from Aaron's wasn't supposed to go there, but it goes in the back of the net. Anyway, and we're winning the game 1-0. Good ball through actually there to Moreno. That's fantastic. Finish is horrific. Aarons has to finish it off and doesn't. That's just our luck again, just kind of showing at the moment. It's a fantastic ball over the top. We've had to resort to 1 or 2 long balls. Good save by the goalkeeper. Not happy with the finish though. That shot by Moreno wasn't good enough. And out for a corner. We're going to actually play this one short. Aarons going to try and get one in the box. 2 to the keeper. Got lucky there with another corner. Same thing, hopefully a different result this time. Cook, much better, just can't header a ball. Berahino keeps it alive, but no one is there to do anything. All 3 changes, Gray, Roof and Snodgrass, all to come on. We'll take off Berahino, Moreno and Aarons. It was tempting to bring on someone like Phillips or Wright, but ultimately we need goals, and I think those 3 players I brought on are the best way of getting them. Adds a little bit more pace, but also the decent finishing of Snodgrass, and hopefully we can get ourselves a second goal. I'm not happy with the 1-0 win here. That's not what I'm after at all. Yes, it would give us 3 points. That's fine, but we need more goals. We need to score more goals. And we also need to try a few players out as well going forward because we've not been good enough in that position. Well, one back by Delph. That's fantastic. Gray needs a runner. Why is Roof not running a bit faster? Still going. Again, gets tackled. And the pass was not good enough. Sums up the last few episodes, I think. Charlie Taylor again getting forward. It's not enough pace to beat anyone. Gray doesn't have the pass. On the break here, Roof looking to play the ball through to Snodgrass. Now on to Gray. Just let us finish them off, please. Gray. Never felt confident about him scoring there. And we've won the game 1-0. It's not enough. It's not good enough at all. 3 points, yeah, in the short term is fine, but not happy. Still not happy with that. What's happened in the other game? Barcelona beat Leverkusen. Might be the case that they actually go through in front of us because of the lack of goals. We'll wait and see exactly what the table says now. Okay, so luckily for us, we do go through top of Group E somehow. In fact, we managed to do it because we have scored 1 more goal than Barcelona. In fact, we've got a goal difference that's better than Barcelona's, basically. We've conceded 1 less, which is a little bit surprising, but we've gone through top anyway. Fantastic results. A fantastic result, a terrible performance. And the scoreline wasn't particularly good in that last game, but we're through, and we could potentially have a very, very interesting next round once the draw's obviously made. We'll wait and see exactly who we have. We'll monitor that over the next few episodes. Game against Norwich now. How many times do I have to say it? We need a win in the league. We need to win this game. I'm not going to play it. I'm not going to subject you to another terrible performance. Again, we are going to have to sim this one, sadly. Stoddell wants to leave despite playing that last game. It's a bit of a strange time to say that. And Wilson wants to play his next game. If I was playing this match, yeah, I'd probably actually start him. Because I'm simming it, I think we need a fairly strong team, especially with it being an away game as well. Okay, so here we go with the game against Norwich. It's the 1st of December now. It's not too far for the January transfer window. We need to make some changes when that happens, by the way. If we win here, we would leapfrog Norwich and go into an okay position alongside sort of Liverpool and Arsenal, or near to them anyway. But it's an away game, and when you sim away matches, it's difficult to get results. It has been on previous FIFAs like that anyway. We'll wait and see exactly what happens in this game. Wright getting a goal 4 minutes in. Not going to get too excited just yet, though, because there's a long way to go. 25 minutes in, still 1-0 up. A slightly changed team, as you can see here. So a little bit worried about the scoreline, hoping that we just don't get a draw. Might well have jinxed that now. Into the second half, Berahino's come on, Abraham's come off, but we actually got a second goal. Berahino scoring. Kind of shows that we do have goals in us. We just can't seem to score them in game. 5 minutes to go. Can we get a clean sheet? Yes, we have. And again, that kind of proves that that's a rotated side that we've managed to beat Norwich with, and yet before that game we weren't even anywhere near them. We were a couple of points behind them, so it kind of just goes to show that in-game we're just not playing as well as we should be. When we sim, we're actually not doing that badly. So it's a 2-0 win against Norwich, decent away performance, 14 points, a little bit of a gap between some of the other teams in front of us now. Need to string some wins together. Hopefully that can happen in the next episode. Don't forget to continue to leave your suggestions as to how I can make that happen, because it has been very disappointing, the performances in the last few episodes. We've gone from winning the league title to just above a relegation positions at the moment, so it's not going particularly well. I'm still keeping the faith, though. There's plenty of time to go, only early on in the season. Still got the January transfer window as well, to try and mend this team a little bit. But yeah, we'll wait and see what happens in the next episode. Thank you all so much for watching. If we could go ahead and hit 35 likes on today's episode, I would really appreciate it. And if you haven't already, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button, so that'll be absolutely fantastic. We do have, I think, Vieira just returning from injury there, if we can quickly see the email before we end things. It is Vieira. He comes back. That's great news for us. Fantastic stuff. That'll certainly boost the team a little bit. And yeah, like I say, that's everything for today's episode. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.